preservation of capital is more important than making money. And you want to lock in your trades, and you also want to protect your downside at the same time.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another edition of American Dream Trading's live futures education and training broadcasts. This is an outreach of American Dream Trading, which was founded by, is owned by, is managed by, and is incorporated into a legal corporation by Chad Christian, who brings more than 33 years of stock market experience into his corporation of American Dream Trading. He educates us on everything from stocks, stock options, crypto, futures, and more. Long-term investing, short-term investing, day trading, swing trading, investing for income, investing ideas for retirement, you name it. If it can be traded or invested in, Coach educates us on how to do those things. And we're glad that you could be here today. My name is Mark McSee. I'm one of the more than 20 moderators here at American Dream Trading, helping to keep this corporation running each and every day. I just so happen to be the face of the Futures Live broadcast this moment. We are live here 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time daily. I'm live here with the Futures Education Program from 2 to 4, and then we have our aftermarket show with our host and moderator, Don, starting at 4 p.m. Eastern Time, also Monday through Friday, which you will find that over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. So check that out also. Also on that YouTube channel, you will find over 2,800 training videos that you can watch at your leisure for absolutely free. And we're glad you could be here today. You know the routine. If this is your first time being with us today, make sure you click that like, share, subscribe, and notification buttons on your social media. And speaking of your social media, if you have any questions, feel free to type them into your social media chat box, and we'll do our best to try to answer them live as time allows. So this is an interactive show. You make this show better. If not, I ramble on. Even if you ask a question, I'll probably still ramble on. But, you get what you pay for. It's free, right? All right. So markets have been kind of, depending on what broker you have, kind of scary today. A lot of money could have been made today, a lot of account-changing days. However, we know starting last Friday, there was problems with the interwebs and the transmission of data. We had trouble with our one broker Friday late, and we couldn't get in and out of trades. They're still working on it. It is working. That would be Webull. It's working, but not 100%. And also today we have trouble with AWS, which is Amazon Web Services, is affecting the internets worldwide. So if you're not trading today, it's best probably to be very careful. Use this as a training day until they can resolve those computer issues that run the interwebs. All right? So better safe than sorry. No sense risking your account, right, on a internet error until they get these things resolved and things are operating smoothly again. I haven't taken a trade all day. I just got back. I was had my uncle's military funeral, his interment, and had that separately. He passed away here about 10 days ago. Had the funeral service last week and had his interment into the Military National Cemetery today. So it was kind of nice, kind of exciting, very impressive, very well done. Beautiful day in the neighborhood here in Ohio, blue skies but cold. So it was a very nice event, and very much appreciated what the military does for their veterans upon their passing. So I've been out of the loop today, which is fine because I wouldn't have traded either, as our members didn't either. We had a few take some live trades. Got a little hairy there on them, though. So we advised our members, and they can do with that however they wished. And if the interwebs ain't working so well, you might as well just sit on your hands, right? Practice trading. I know they did. Our moderators did a lot of training today in replacement of actual live training. Live trading, I mean. So we're going to be doing the same thing here. What you will see me trading here is my paper account. Number one, I always trade my paper. Well, not always, but 99% of the time I am trading my paper account when I'm live with everybody here. And I'm not going to risk my family's account being distracted looking at different monitors and answering your questions. So glad you could be here with us today. Again, if you have any questions related to futures or investing in day trading in general, feel free to type them into the chat box and we'll try to do our best to answer your questions live. If you're over onto YouTube's, we have one of our moderators over there. James is over there, is being so kind as to put in clickable links to our specials that we have running on our website, which is American Dream Trading. Head on over there, check that out, grab our free Discord. It's always been free, always will be free for you to check out. We have our premium membership, which starts training and trading with Coach and the other training moderators at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, absolutely free for 7 days. And you can cancel anytime and owe nothing. We also have our crypto membership, and they train live on a live Zoom call also on Wednesday nights at 7:15. Occasionally, they will have other pop-up training also. And they discuss everything crypto inside our free Discord for our crypto memberships. And then we have the one near and dear to my heart, of course, which is futures. You can get an absolutely free 7-day trial for the futures, and we start training and trading at 8:30 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. So check that out. We also have our Diamond memberships. We have Coach's one-on-one mentorship programs also. At a discount, you can still get our Diamond membership for $5,000, one-time payment. You may even be able to break it into two payments. 2 equal payments in a row, however you like to do that. That and all that information can be found over on our website at American Dream Trading. Head on over there now and get that. I don't know what you're waiting on, especially the free ones. So, all right. So, Beekeeper said, starting to like one of the other big brokers again. Well, you know, I was with them in the past. I won't name them out loud, but those of you on TikTok can see I had issue with them once where they had a technical issue that cost me a bunch of money, and that was one of the reasons I left, kind of. And they weren't really set up for day trading that much anyway. Now, I still have accounts with them, don't get me wrong, but I don't day trade with them any longer. My main two brokers presently are Webull, which is what I like. It's what Coach uses. The biggest percentage of members here at American Dream Trading use. I also have a Trade-Evade account, which I use as a small demo account that I trade live in front of our paid members on a daily basis. But you can use any broker you want. If you like the broker you're with, there's no reason to change. They all have their advantages and disadvantages. None of them is perfect from what I've found. So, all right. So you can check out over there. James is over there. And hey, Chris, how's it going? See you over there. Jeff asks, is this market an AI bubble? Well, I don't know about that. I think AI is here to stay. It's like anything else, you know, that's popular at the time. It gets ran up and the price gets drove up. But I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. We don't offer financial investment or tax advice here because neither I or anyone else associated with American Dream Trading are licensed financial advisors. And as such, we can't provide that kind of advice. My opinion is just as good as yours as far as that goes, right? Do your own research on any subject as far. What am I trading? Well, I'm looking at NQ right now, which is futures. This is a futures education and trading program. We talk about everything futures, answer your questions, maybe even do some live trading here. I don't know if it's going to be very responsive with the issues with the Amazon Web Services, but we'll play around here and see. If it don't go through, no big deal. It's my paper account, so I won't be losing any real money or making any real money here. Anything that you do see on my screen are for educational training purposes only. Do not attempt to mimic anything you see on my screen. And the biggest reason for that is you're at least 20 seconds behind, if not anywhere from 20 to 45 seconds delay from the time I say something to the time you hear about it on the interwebs. Steve wants to know how much I've made this month. Can you say? I can, but I won't. Actually, I don't even, quite honest with you, I don't know what my total is for the month. I had a very good day Friday, right? Was that Friday? Yeah, I had a big day last Friday. I won't say what that amount is. If I said it, you wouldn't believe it. Literally, you would not believe it. So there's really no sense throwing out a number. You know, I can lie to you anyway, right? I can make up some number. So that's why I try to stay away from that, right? It's personal for one thing, right? To say I did very well. I have been green every single day. I have red trades every day. Don't get me wrong. I do lose money every day. But I end up being green. I do have a large account, a very large account, and I have a smaller account that I trade also. So the larger account, you can jump in and out a lot quicker and recover more easily. Of course, you can lose a lot more money very easily also. You're not careful, and it happens both ways. So, but I am a scalper, so I can literally jump in and out, in and out, in and out, in and out, and sometimes it is a struggle to recover from losses. Will I be upset if I have a red day? No, but I have a very long streak of not having a red day. I'd like to keep it that way. So, will I be disappointed? Probably, just because my streak, not that that pays me anymore, but you should expect red days, right? You're always going to have red trades. It's just the way the markets work, and you're going to have red days. Now, one of coach's rules is if you have two red days in a row, you need to take 30 days off, go back to paper trading, evaluate what it is, why you had 2 red days in a row, okay? It's one thing to have a couple red trades in a row, but to have 2 red days in a row, well, something's off. Either you're a quart low and just not getting it, not seeing something, or you need some more training. So that's one of coach's rules. The reason he does that, says that, is go back to paper trading for 30 days, is so that you can reevaluate your mechanics, what you're seeing, right? Maybe you're in a funk. What that does is helps preserve your account. You don't want to be in there struggling when you're losing money, right? And if you're losing money 2 days in a row, well, that's a symptom of something's not quite right. And whenever you have 2 red days in a row, that means there's something going on and you need to resolve that issue, right? And engineer out that problem out of your trading life. So it's meant to protect you, right? So why is a tax man watching? He's always watching. He's going to take up to 40% of your take each and every single day in certain types of investment vehicles. So you have stocks, you have long-term, short-term, you have futures. Certain futures are taxed differently. Again, check with your accountant, your tax professional, to see how those work out for you, as we cannot give this type of advice, right? One nice thing about futures is it is taxed differently. We can get in and out of these trades. We don't have to hold them for a year. If you buy a stock or something like that, and you don't hold it for a year, well, that's treated as short-term capital gains, and you get taxed at a higher rate. Well, futures, we're always in and out. It's like a 60-40 split versus short versus long-term, the way it's treated tax-wise. Again, that's common knowledge. You can find that by just a simple Google search or your chat GTP or one of those things for some basic information. But you actually need to get with your tax professional for the state and locality that you live in and the type of investing that you're doing, what your tax and tax rate might be, right? So, what else? Let's see. But yeah, I do pretty well every single day. I mean, yeah, I lose money. I make money. Overall, I make money. So I'm very happy. This is my full-time profession. This is the way I generate my family's income, pay my house payment, my car payment, my electric bill, my grocery bill, my insurance. All those type of things that we have to deal with in life is 100% funded through my trading. And I do it on a daily basis. I retired because of American Dream Trading from my 9-to-5s. Right? Don't work there no more, no more. I don't work here anymore. This is my vocation. I love it. It's the best decision I've ever made. It was not easy, right? It's never easy. It's hard to sit here and make money. If it was easy, everybody'd be doing it, right? So just take for what anything buddy tells you with a grain of salt. It is not easy. But once you get the education and training and experience to go along with that, it does get easier, right? Once you get the education. Right? So, can I do brain surgery? Nope. Can I go in there and crack somebody's skull out? Yeah, I could figure it out. I'm a hunter. I know how bodies are put together, right? Doesn't make me a brain surgeon, no, does it? But can I go get the education and training and experience? You sure better believe I can. Am I smart enough? Well, that's a different story. But if you want to learn this, day trading and everything associated with the different types of trading that you can do, you would and put the time and effort into it, you too can be successful. So if I go to school long enough, I can become a successful brain surgeon. So I don't know if you want me to, though. Getting cataracts, I don't think you want me operating on your brain. But it would not be good for you. All right. All right. What is my win rate? Well, let's discuss that. Anybody that brags about their win rates, that's a red flag right there. And everybody says, I got a 75% win rate, follow me, right? That means absolutely nothing. I could have one win rate. Let's say I had 4 trades, all right? 3 of them were profitable. 1 of them was a losing trade. Oh, follow me. 3 out of 4 of my trades are profitable. Okay, well, let's say I made $10 on each one of them trades. My one I lost $10,000 on. Am I ahead for the day? Well, that means I have some issues, right? If I lost that much money on one trade, it really doesn't mean anything. You know, you could have a bad day, have a bunch of losing trades, and then get that one trade that makes you $10,000 and contradicts everything else that you did, right? So I could have a 25% win rate and be very wealthy, right? So people bragging about their win rates, just move on. I would, if that's the avenue that they're using to advertise themselves, just move on down the road. Move on down the road, right? Because it means zero, right? What's my win rate? Well, some days it's higher. The other day I had a 50%, didn't I? I believe it was. Ralph, isn't that what I had? I had a 50% there the other day. I mean, I made money, but I came out green. But I was doing some crazy trades, doing dumb things I shouldn't have been doing, right? And I ended up having as many red trades as I had green trades, but I was still very profitable, right? So it doesn't mean a thing. It really doesn't. So anybody that uses that to say follow me, yeah, move on, because it absolutely means nothing. An experienced trader will tell you that. If you've been trading for more than 10 minutes, you know win rates don't mean a thing. Them little tick toddlers, right? They want to try to do that, right? Make it sound like they're uber successful, right? Doesn't mean nothing, really, right? What's my thoughts on SoFi as a stock? I think it's a great stock overall for long-term hold, right? It's climbed up quite a bit in the last couple of years, has it not? So it's had its issues in the past also, right? It does deal with student loans and all those kind of things. And they are getting into the financial services and all that. Overall, I think it's a fairly good company. Am I telling you to buy it? Absolutely not. That's for you to do your own research on. But the quality of the company, yeah, I like SoFi. Do I own any of it? No. Have I traded it? Yep, I have. I've traded it just during the day. I don't hold any of it. I know a lot of people that do. But you need to make your own decisions and look at your own analysis of it, whether you want to buy it and hold it for long term or not, right? I can day trade it all day long, right? Let's go take a look at it. Charts, I know SoFi is not a futures, so don't flip out on me, right? So let's take a look at SoFi. And why am I going to look at SoFi? Because a chart's a chart. If you learn how to trade it and get into trading and get good at it, you can evaluate any chart. Look at this. Has this not been a great play all day? I could have been in and out all day on that. Look at that. How much that climbed, right? I could have made a lot of money on that, as a matter of fact, right? I could trade on the way up, get out, wait for the pullback, get back in, ride it up again, right? In and out. Now, if you have a margin account and you can short it, you can play it both ways, up and down, right? So that's in the stock world, obviously. Now, they also have stock options. You can play it that way also, make a lot of money. So, and that's true of anything. I'm not just saying SoFi in particular, but stock options, you can play calls and puts and make a lot of money on any stock, right? That offers that type of thing. If you know what you're doing, if you had a training and education. And that's what we do here at American Dream Trading. We're an education and training company. We're not a call out group. I'm not going to say, buy SoFi now, right? And then 10 minutes later, oh, I'll sell SoFi now. We don't do that. We're not a call out group. Number one, you don't know if what we're telling you to buy is it within your risk tolerance. I might be telling you to buy some. Maybe SoFi is super risky. It's not, but let's just say it is, right? We say buy something, the next thing you know, it drops all of a sudden. One big candle drop wipes out all your money. Well, that wasn't good, was it? So you have to understand what you're trading and your risk tolerances and all that. To blindly follow somebody calling things out is a dangerous proposition. And remember, when even if I'd say buy SoFi now, which I wouldn't, in the 20 to 40 seconds between the time I say it, there's a lot could happen in under a minute, right? It could drop. So, but you would only be seeing what happened 20 to 40 seconds ago on your social media screens, right? Unless you were looking at it on your own chart. So that's why call out groups is another downfall. Would you not rather have the education and training so that you can benefit from your own decisions on what is a good trade? What's a bad trade? When do I get into this trade? When should I get out of this trade? Right? Right now, it's diddling in the middle of this channel. Would I get in this right now? Absolutely not. Where's my support and resistance areas at, right? Well, you can see right here, if we go with this, and this is probably not charted out. There might be a few lines on here, but I doubt it. I haven't, excuse me, I'm still fighting over this nasal thing. So I can tell you I haven't traded this in at least a year because I haven't traded a stock option in at least a year. I've been future. So what I do? This is what I would do with any stock chart, any chart. It doesn't have to be this. This applies to futures. I'm going to put it on a 4-hour just to give me some quick levels that I can look at here, right? And see where am I at? Where am I at in relationship? And I want to look and see where there's multiple touches, right? Now, on a longer time period, I can use a wicks. If you want, you can use a body. That's up to you, whatever you feel you should use. In this case, I'm going to use the body of that one there, right? And I can come up here and I can see this topped out up here. I can pop a line there, right? And if I really wanted to, I can come up here also, right? I can see where that wicked up there for a high. And I'll do the same thing. I'll go down to lower levels, right? Because obviously these things go up and down. See how all these hit here the same place? The bottoms and the tops of these bodies, bottoms and tops of these bodies here, right? So those are historical levels it likes to trade at. Yeah, some of them are going to break out above and below them, but you're looking for where it hits multiple times. And again, it gives you a consistent level where this thing likes to trade at, right? So I'll pop some lines on here to get my chart somewhere so you can see how all these things here. Now I have historical levels over a 4-hour period going clear back to whenever, right? I stop about right here, which is, I get this is my road here. I need to move that so I can see what this is. Clear back to about the end of August, right? So now I have the 4-hour. Now again, for better information, you should go month, week, day, whatever, right? But if I'm looking for some quick information, myself personally, I will go 4-hour chart and then I'll go slap some 2-minute ones on there. You do it however you like. It's your chart, right? So now I can go 2 minutes and see what kind of historical information, if any, that I can see on a consistent basis here for my 2 minutes, a shorter term basis. Now these I'll tend to use the bodies more because, wicks, so I'm going to pop, I can see where these hit, right? Now you can put as many or as few lines on here as you want, right? You can argue, oh, you got too many lines on there. Well, whatever, right? It's your chart, you put whatever you want on it, right? See how these here come down kind of thing. It's kind of a little rough right there. We'll just put one there just for some guidepost, right? So now I have a working chart that I can come back to. I know where this thing likes to break through and hold and all that, right? Now if I put this with my indicators, now I have a working chart that I can make better, more sound decisions whether I want to enter a trade here, right? Now, would I enter this trade right now? No, I would not. Why? It's right here, so I'm going to pop another line right here. These levels here. It's approaching this little minor double bottom here, right? See how these all kind of touch down here? Let's move this down a hair more, right? So what is that? That is, if this goes down, that would be a level of support, right? It'll probably stop there and halt a little bit, or it might just blow right through it. Well, watch. Again, we're talking about a stock. We're not talking about a futures, but it's still the same thing, the same principles. There's no different set of rules for trading stock options, crypto, or future as far as reading a stock chart. So once you learn one, you can apply those same levels, the same training, right? You see what I'm talking about here, Matthias? So right now, I'm in this channel here. Again, we're getting towards the end of the day, right? It's already had a big run up. People took their profits. a bit majority of the volume is already out of the market for the day. Plus, people are scared because of the AWS situation with the internet not being able to make good trades because things are getting clogged up. Now, if I had a margin account and I was able to short this, or if I had stock options, I can go puts, right? If I'm going to think about entering this, I'm going to wait and see if this breaks and holds below this line that I drew here, this little minor support level, before I would enter this trade. Now I'm going to move this up to the body here because these bodies are a little bit tighter there. So if this breaks and hold below this, it'll also be below my 55 on my chart. So I can set up for, to short this to the downside. I'm going to just pretend I have a margin account where I can do this, right? This will let me do it. Quantity. We'll just add a whole bunch here, right? Let's just go 100 shares here. Let me back that up. We'll just say 100. Let's say I'm going to do 100 shares, right? So I have that pre-programmed. If this breaks and holds right here, I'm going to go short on this. I have a lot of room down here till at least down here to the 28.45 level. Well, I have not broken held. Can I jump in now? I could, but probably what will happen here is this could pull right back up. Now, if you want some faster information, you can go to a 1 minute chart. I'll switch to a 1 minute. My lines are the same. They don't change, but now I can see a little bit different here, right? So as you can see, if I'd have jumped in without waiting on that break and hold to the downside, I'd have been losing money right now. Doesn't mean it won't continue to the downside, and I'm pretty good as far as the downside until I get down about 28.45, and I have the 200 down here. So I'm using all the same information I use to trade futures, but we're looking at a stock right now, right? I'm not treating it any different, right? So we're just taking the side steps here. So principles are the same, right? And, you can go with that. Now, if I have the L2 up, I could even look and see where the orders are sitting, right? And I can see, I'm going to bring it up over here. You won't be able to see it's on the side. So if I'd have jumped in at this support level with these lines that I just drew on here, look what happened. Bounced right off that. Now, if I'd been paying attention, I could have jumped in that and made a few pennies a share, right? There's a big sell order up at 11,000 up at 28.65. So this will go clear. This wants to there's a big order up here to sell off when it gets back up here to the top of this resistance line, right? Now there's also large orders at 28.50. It wants to pull it down. So they're sitting there waiting to get filled. This looks like it may pull down before it'll go up here. I'm just looking at the orders stacking up, 28.51, 28.50, 28.47. Now the question is, does it have the volume to support it, to pull it down there? And I don't have the volume indicator even turned on this chart. Let me pop that on there real quick. Volume, so I can watch that a little bit, see what that's doing. Yeah, volume's kind of really low right now, right? So, and this doesn't move that much. In a 1 minute candle, it may move 4 cents. But these orders are down here at 50. This wants to pull down here to 50. How do I know that? I'm looking at the L2. There's a bunch of orders stacked there. I can see that wants to pull down. Now there's the bigger order that wants to pull it up to 65. So there's a battle going on here. This bounce off the 9, go back down. I don't know. We'll watch here and see, right? I can play that bounce off the 9 EMA, right, for the down. Now, will it do that? I don't know. So this is what you do. You want to wait for a definitive break and hold down below. I jumped in this just to prove a point. I would not enter this trade until it broke and held below this level. I would not enter the trade unless it broke and held above the 9, which it's trying to do right now, right? I want to see it get up here above the 55, this orange line, before I would personally take the trade, because I can see there's a level here. I don't have a line there, but see this little mess, choppy mess here, right? So they're still fighting whether they want to draw it up or pull it down. Those orders are still sitting down there to pull this back down. So the problem is, see how small the volume candles are. There's just not a lot of volume right now on this. It's only 29,000 volume. And you can see this was earlier today, was up around 470,000. So people really aren't trading this very heavily right now, right? So But that's what you look at. It's not any different. Get a good chart, know where your historical levels are at, and use your indicators that you use. In between that and your trading and education, you will be able to profit, more likely better profiting on your trades rather than just jumping in there willy-nilly. Okay. So anyway, again, this is paper trading account, so we're not worried about. But that's how that works, right? So if I go back over here and look at ES or NQ or any of those, right? Those are our futures. Again, this is paper trading, and I missed the entry on that. Look, there's a break and hold below the 9 up here. I could have been in riding that down right here, down to the bottom of this trend channel, and profited from there. It hasn't broken held below it, so I'm not convinced yet that it wants to go all the way down. This is the S&P 500. NASDAQ probably following suit. Let's take a look here. Yep, it's right at the bottom of this resistance level that it's been fighting for a couple hours now. Just doesn't want to break through. Plus, I have the 200 down there, right? So that's a strong potential bounce point down there. Have a little bit more room on ES to move to the downside. So, I don't know, does that help you there, Matthias, on SoFi and charting in general? So, all right. Let's see. Well, you can go trim your own trees there, Nunya. I do have one more I got to trim up. Yes, Billy Mack, I am still plugged up. My sinuses are still. I inhaled some antihistamine stuff, but not really working. All right. Let's see. So good to see everybody here. If you haven't lately, head over to our website over at American Dream Trading. Grab them free 7-day trials for you can come trade with on a live Zoom call with us. People are taking advantage of it. I don't know why you haven't yet. What's holding you back, right? Now I'm getting a bottom off this here. Would I jump in here? Nope. I got the 9. I want to see a break and hold above the 9. And by then, it will be breaking and holding above the other indicator. So I'm really looking, if I was going to play this at all, which right here is a level. See this level here? It's kind of scary a little bit. By the time it gets up there, it should, if this would break and hold above the 9, the top of that candle would probably be there anyway. So that would be a good place to, for me, the way I trade, to maybe possibly look at entering to the upside. Now to the downside, I ain't done nothing until this breaks and holds below this here. And I have a little minor line down here, which is a London session high. See all these candles, how they stop there. Now I don't have a line there. Can I put one? Sure can, right? So we can do that there, right? It's a little higher than the London session because of the wicks. But this is another point of decision. If this pulls down here, I can get in and ride this down to here. It should be able to get there. Now there's a little one here. So you need to look behind you and make sure what's going on. See how this one stopped here? Look where these hit here. See how those stop in kind of the same place and the tops of these stop? So it's kind of a chop zone right here right now. So it'd probably be a little bit, well, it's not good either way. I got a lot of these here to deal with. But we trade to trade that's in front of you. I'm a scalper. I can get in for seconds and get out and grab profit, right? Pacific Biosciences, Lisa O called out. Yeah, I've heard of them also. I might have even traded that in the pre-market. Well, how do you feel about NVIDIA? Well, I feel pretty good about NVIDIA. They're the market leader. They have the mode on the AI chips, right? They're the market leader. So you want to deal with the winners, right? You don't want to deal with the losers. You want to deal with the winner. It just so happens to be one of my long-term holdings, but I don't even look at it. I couldn't tell you where it's even at today. It's because I have no intention of selling it today. If I decide sometime down the road I might want some cash out of it, then I'll maybe look at it. Other than that, it's not that I don't look at it. I just don't look at it every day. Markets are generally down and up and down and up, so I'm not going to get too excited. It's a long-term holding. I look at it differently rather than what is this chart doing at this very moment as a day trader, which is what I do mainly, right? I'm in and out. I'm a momentum trader. Let's see what gold's doing. Get this connected back up. Holy moly, why didn't somebody call out gold? Look at that. Broke through that double top finally. Look at that big run. There we go. This is paid members. Are your mics working? I didn't hear anybody call it out if you did. I see it in the chat now. Thank you, Jules, for that call out in the chat. Now that I looked over there, verbal is a lot better. But now, when I said call out or holler it out, it wasn't an inducement for me to buy. It's just making alert. Hey, this thing's starting to break through that triple top finally. Look at a fight ahead to get up through there, right? It was a big battle to get there. I could probably move this down to here. Let's tweak that a little bit there. That looks a little bit better. A little bit tighter tweak on that. Right? Same thing up here. I don't know what's back here. I'm not going to adjust it right now. All right. Let's see. How much you go up? What I think about Hims is a great stock. We used to trade the snot out of that. I don't know where it's at now, but I haven't paid attention to it. We used to trade Hims when it was a couple bucks in the pre-market all the time. That thing just took off. Went straight up. It got stuck up there for a while, then it came down. We'll leave it at that. But yeah, I liked Hims. They ran into some issues with Nova Nordisk when doing their reformulation stuff and their partnership that they had. And so anyway, they got in a little bit of trouble with their partnership they had and kind of shot themselves in the foot. I don't know where it's at. I haven't looked at it since then. I've been trading nothing but futures. Occasionally I will be trading pre-market stocks. I can't say that I learned about that either. The focus of this program, folks, is futures. If you want to ask stock questions, that's fine. But those kind of questions will get answered last, if at all, because we're talking about futures. So gold is coming up here, broke through the double top, triple top, this period of strong resistance. Now I'm at 43.81-ish area. We want to make sure that this is going to break through this level up here. And I am at another point of resistance on my chart. So before I do anything, because I'm not into trade already, I would not jump right in now. I want to see this break and hold. So the probability is this will resist. Plus it's at the top of a trend channel. I want to see a break and hold above this on a gold 1 minute chart. And here it is, right? So it has not broken held yet. It doesn't even have doesn't really have much of a volume either right now. And I'm having trouble with my Weebles L2 data popping up here anyway. Can't even get it to show up. There it goes. Let's see, we get this up here. There it goes. So I'm still getting some delays on my end with data. How much am I up? I'm up nothing because I'm trading paper. I was gone all day. I didn't do any real live trades today on my accounts. I was gone all day for a family funeral, internment, whatever, military funeral. So it was like an hour and a half drive away from where I live. So there was 3 hours of driving there I did today. So very nice service. Very well done by the military, as always. So he was a Vietnam vet, my uncle. So anyway, it did that. It rejected off of that. See if this will bounce off the 9, or are we going to pull back here? There's a large order down at 77 that wants to fill. So now I'm seeing some 76s. I can probably make a quick trade here to the downside. See what I can do here. Again, this is paper trading account. I did not wait for a break and hold down there. I kind of did this on L2 data, which I swore I would quit doing that. And broke my own rule, didn't I? So I better take any cash if this happens to go green, because now it's falling apart, those orders. All right, let's see what happens here. Down 1,000 on paper, right? Now it's getting the green. They're still fighting over the price. There is an order at 376, a big one. There we go. I'm going to not let this retrace too much. I'm going to lock in my profits. I'm going to see if this will get down to the 21, which is that blue line there. If not, I'm just going to get out, right? I'm going to take it anyway. There was $1,000 fake money, right? So I want to see a break and hold with some oomph to it. Now it's getting some oomph to it. This is where I should have waited to enter, right? Now, will this pull down to the 21? I don't know. We'll see. I got in. See, because I waited, I got out of that trade. I didn't get in my ideal spot I wanted to. When I say oomph, I just want to see some energy. And now it's already lost that energy, right? All right. What market is this? This is a futures market. This is gold, which is GC. It's a gold futures contract. And then we'll see if this bounces off the 21. I might play the bounce off the 21 and go back, see if it'll bounce up on the other side for a quick scalpy scalp. Right there it is. I'll take 750, bang, bang, that quick, matter of seconds. See how fast that works? This is what I do all day long, right? Sometimes when you jump in and out like that, it goes against you right away. So you got to be careful. You got to understand what you're doing, right? Even the best laid plans are all good until you get smacked in the mouth, right? So this got a big buy order, a big sell order up at 76, which is up about where it's at right now, as a matter of fact. About the top of that candle right there it is. It just filled that order just like I said it would. All right, now back up to the 9. We'll see what happens here. I don't have any indication where it might go here. If anything, it might reject off here. You can play a bounce to the downside off of this. Go ahead and try back down to the 21. Let it bing, bang, bop around. There you go, $1,000, bang, bang, right? And that's how you take the money, right? American Dream Trading, making babies cry all over the world. Taking their money, like taking candy from a baby. So right now this is trapped between the 9 and the 21. You saw I made 3 trades based on that little simple trading strategy. Now, doesn't mean it always does that, but what I did see was on the L2 there was huge orders, larger than normal, based on what's currently in the L2. So that's why I took those trades. Sometimes those don't work out because an L2 is just a reflection of trades that are pending. They haven't been filled yet. People can cancel them. They can move them around. They can raise them, lower them, right? How much do I make in each day? It varies. Some days I do very bigly and other days I don't. Some days I trade my big account. Some days I trade my small account. Depends what's going on for the day. I do very well overall. If you've been following me in American Dream Trading, you would know that. Now, here I am on a break of the 9. I want to see a break and hold. Now, what I'm looking for specifically is a break and hold on the shoulder of the previous candle. This candle did not do that. That is a sign of weakness on this candle. Doesn't mean it can't still go up, right? Yeah, I don't discuss how much I make. If I told you, you wouldn't believe me anyway, right? Now that I can guarantee you. Members, paid members, would they believe me if I told them what I make in a day?
Absolutely
Still don't
not.
believe it.
Yeah, they don't even believe it.
Absolutely
And they see
not.
it live. I post my stuff to them
Yeah.
for our paid members. Now, I also lose a lot in a trade, too. You wouldn't believe how much I can lose in a trade, right? So it works both ways, folks. Go big, lose big, right? Go big, win big. I don't risk my account foolishly. I do have 3 years of experience. That makes a difference, right? Doesn't mean I'm the world's greatest trader. It just means I got experience, right? And
There's a reason why you're training.
and my risk tolerance is different than your risk tolerance, right? We all have different ways. And I didn't get to trading bigly overnight. That took 3 years to get to that point, right? I started out with 1, right? Then went to 2, then went to 3, then went to 5, then went to whatever, 8, 10, onward and upward, right? And I kind of recognize when to pull back. Don't be trading so big, right? Things get a little tighter, get a little bit more volatile, right? Right now I'm waiting on it to break above this candle here to see if I can make a quick scalpy scalp up to the upside up there, up to that 381 mark. Right now there's an order at 380 is where it wants to stop. So that's why I didn't enter that trade, right? I'm waiting on this to get up to this body of this one here because that's where, see how these here stop kind of? So that's about right there. I would do a quick scalp. It's not going to be entering. I'm doing a quick scalp up to about the top of this candle is my intention. Get out before it gets up to this line of resistance. But right now the orders aren't stacking up accordingly, and this candle did not start on the shoulder to previous. Again, another weak trade. See what happened here? This one didn't. See what it did? Now this one didn't start on the shoulder either, but it got some oomph to it. It had some volume happen to come in. So see the consolidation. I told you that was a weaker trade on that candle, so I didn't enter. I just like to see them stacked on the shoulders of each one. Because why? Because then it can it's stair steps, right? See on the shoulder, on the shoulder, on the shoulder, even though it pulled back sideways. This one's shoulder went up, shoulder, but that one pulled back. Shoulder, 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 right? This one didn't start on the shoulder, pulled back. Shoulder went up, up, up. It's just a stronger trade. That's all I'm saying, right? Doesn't mean it can't still go up, right? But it's just I don't know, a sign. How's that? temporary sign for this candle. And I'm still glancing over at my L2. Now, the volume drops off gold at this time of the day anyway. I could probably be go around here and look at ES and something, maybe have more volume and trade that. Holy cow. Did somebody call out ES? Huh? Why aren't we calling these out, paid members? How are we not helping each other make money around here? Open up your mic. Don't be afraid.
I apologize. NQ's moving down too.
Oh, is it? It's moving down. Thanks. Been only moving down for how long? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 minutes. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've been quiet.
That's okay.
Because I was in trade.
Hey, I told you guys before, if you don't say something or interrupt, I'll ramble on, right? Yeah, don't afraid. I'll just quick, short, sweet, to the point. ES to the downside, NQ to the downside, whatever, right? There you go. Help each other out. This is the power of community. Again, whenever you do hear them say something to that effect, that's not an inducement to buy. I still have to go and evaluate the trade. Now, if they had called out to the downside here, what I got in on NQ, nope, I wouldn't have had, right? Why? Because I got to 200. I would want to wait and see what happens here to 200 because it's the second most powerful. Now, once it broke and held below the 200, yeah, I'd have probably jumped in on this candle, which would have retraced on me right away. But, you know, if I'd held on to it, you can see how much profit I'd be up, right? I would have got in here, and now it's, you know, a profitable trade. It'd been a little hairy once I jumped in, but without seeing that candle move. I'm just looking at how much of a body's there. Good. What about the Russell? What's the Russell doing? Anything else moving up, down, sideways? All right. So, there's a connection here. All right. The Dow's also been falling it's below the trend channel on a downside play. Oh man, look at that. I'd have played that one. I'd have got in that right there for sure. Look at that plummet. See, you got to help me help you. Oh, look at SoFi. What did I tell you about SoFi? Let's go back to this. This is a chart. That's all I'm looking at. I'm not telling you to buy SoFi or even think about it, right? But we showed a demonstration on how to do a chart, right? What did I tell you? It was down here at the time, right? I said I would not buy it, short it to the downside until it broke and held here. And I said what? I would not get in this trade till it broke and held here. And I would be very cautious until it got up to here. So if I'd have jumped in this here right above that indicator when it broke it, right here, look at that. I could have jumped in there, made a quick couple bucks, right? Now it's pulling back again. But that was, see how the levels are charted out? It came up there, paused, see that? And then it broke through. It came down here, did not break through this level here. So charting is important. It helps you make better, educated decisions. So you learn to do that, you're just driving without a map, right? I've said before, if you live in Miami, Florida, and you want to drive to Anchorage, Alaska, and you're just going to get in your car and take off, which way is Anchorage from Miami if you're driving? Well, it's northwest. We know that, right? Well, when do you start driving northwest? Well, driving a car, you want to make sure you're at least up into Georgia before you head due west, right? But without a map or a compass or a GPS, you're just driving blindly. Can you possibly make it there heading in a general direction? Well, eventually, right? If you get up there far enough, you might start seeing some road signs that say Anchorage this way. But wouldn't you rather have a map that tells you and save you all that trouble and all that extra driving and making poor decisions and end up going more south than you need to? You end up in California instead of Alaska? Well, California's northwest of Miami, isn't it? Well, that ain't the northwest you wanted. So without a map, how are you going to get there effectively and make good, wise, logical decisions? So you better have a map of some sort, right? Now our phones have everything we need to go navigate the entire world now, right? So, most of you probably don't even know how to read a paper map. When I grew up, that's what we had. Back in the day, walked uphill both ways in the snowstorm, blizzard up to my neck with one shoe on and a hole on the other shoe. Yeah, we had to use paper maps. And then things got really good, and then they had trip tickets. You could go to AAA and get trip tickets. Somebody else would draw it out for you. Those were cool. And you could plot, see where you're at. Anyway, there's ES trying to break. Am I going to get in this trade? Nope, it has not broken hell below the 200, nor has it broken hell below the bottom of the trend channel. I want to see a clear break. Why? Because the 200 is a strong, I want to see a clear break. Hold here off of that before I decide to enter this trade to the downside. Can I do a quick scalp, maybe make a buck or two? Yeah, it's too risky though. This could just as easily go back up the other way. Now the 9's getting heavier and heavier and heavier, right? And we're starting to approach power hour. Yes, this is my Johnny Cash shirt. Matter of fact, when I wear this to church, if I wear this to church, usually I wear my Caribbean shirts to church, but that's beside the point. I'm dressed all in black. That's what they call me, Johnny Cash, because I play guitar in our church worship band. So, yes, they do call me that. Anyway, see why I didn't jump into this trade to the downside? This has not had a strong break and hold signal to the downside. I want to see the next candle be on the shoulder of the previous. Does this give you confidence this wants to go down? Now, it might, but do you have confidence that it wants to at this very moment? Absolutely not, right? Just hovering there. Nothing really big. And if I look at the L2, the orders are all about the same size. There's not one big convincing order. Not that that matters, but I don't see... They're about even to the upside and the downside, so they're fighting. They're smacking each other in the mouth, right? So let's take a look at NQ's, probably the same situation, and it is. I wouldn't touch that either until it breaks and holds below that level there. The Russell is flat. It's stuck at the indicators. Again, I would play this if it breaks and holds above this level, that 55, and I would do it if it breaks and holds below. Well, first of all, it's got to break and hold below this line, but by then I might as well wait for a break and hold below that trend line. So see, I told you in a matter of seconds what my entry criteria is. Same way here, since I'm not already in this trade, my downside is a break and hold here or a break and hold up here. So I want to see it to the upside. So I already know just by looking at it. Gold, well, I want to see if it's this break and hold below here, below the 21 if I want to enter to the downside, right? It is on the shoulder of the previous, but there's not real strong oomph to get that down there away from the 21. If this candle does that, then I might be so inclined, even though I do have this here, the potential for profits is tight. So I'm going to ignore that altogether anyway, just because the time of the day, metals do not have the volume like the indices do. So let's go where the volume is in play, right? So here I am, NQ, did not clean break below my levels, Wall Street, so I did not jump in them, right? I want to wait for a definitive, safer trade, right? Up here was my entry to the downside on this candle right here, and I wasn't around at that time, and I could have made all that money. Again, I wouldn't enter until, if I hadn't caught it late, I still wouldn't enter here, but I could have made good money from there to there, right? That's a pretty nice chunk of change. Between this candle and the 200, I could have made 20 ticks on that, right? $100 a contract. Here we go, break and hold. To the upside, can I do a quick trade? Yes, I can, but watch what happens here. I'm going to do this on purpose, just so you can see. I have the 21 right there. I respect the 21. I jumped in this before it broke and held the 21. This can be a disastrous trade because I jumped in too soon, chasing a candle. Now, that's just a decision. Now, this thing could keep going, which it is, right? I can take this profit right now. I'm going to take it before it gets to the 200, right? Because that's a strong level of resistance, right? So I'm going to lock in at $1,375. So whenever you see this, I did have a break of the 9. I did have a break and hold with some volume, some oomph to the upside. That was a very, if you want to say, riskier trade because the 21 should be respected also. So I actually entered it as it was at the 21. That could have rejected off there very easily and went back, and I would have lost money, right? So I would have waited actually a few more seconds. I actually entered that trade to show you that was probably what was going to happen, right? It would pull back, but it didn't. So came out smelling like a rose. Now I know the 200 is strong, right? So I'm going to wait for this. Can I get back in this trade? Yeah, if it breaks and holds above this. Now I have a nice rounded bottom here. Is that an indication it might be going back up, Ralph? Well, I don't know. Let's enter before it hits the 200. What could happen there? What could possibly go wrong there? It could reject, right? See that? Now I'm down 250. Now I'm freaking out. Is it going to go through or not? That's why we wait on the break and holds. 200 is the second strongest indicator. You never want to enter in on your strongest VWAP or the 200. Wait a few seconds before you do that, right? Make sure that it really does, right? So I entered the burning ring of fire on this trade, right? How'd you like that, Wall Street? See how I instituted your comment into this trade, wearing my black Johnny Cash shirt? And that's a strong indicator that I would normally wait on entering. Am I making money? Yeah, but I could potentially lose it, right? Can I lock it in here? Yeah. What do I tell you before? When I see myself make a mistake, as soon as I get green, I'll get out and then reevaluate, right? But I'm already in it. Always wait on that break and hold. You're better off not to get them pullbacks on you, right? So I'm going to take that 875 and I'm going to wait. Here's kind of a break, and even that's questionable. I'm going to wait and see if this candle gets up to that 55. I may enter this trade again, right? I'm going to wait for the 55. 55, but it's still a level, right? It's still a trend line. So is this going to go up now? See what I'm talking about, the rounded bottom, right? This has been going down quite a bit, right? Now we got a little bit of a rounding down here, bounced off this resistance point. If we look behind us, see how this fought this level here all this time? Look at this chop. Look at all that. Bang, bang, bang. Look at them candles, right? They're not even, I can even redo them, right? But this was a historical level that I had on my chart, right, for whatever reason. So it's finally kind of gave up on that down there. Now it's bouncing back to the upside. Can this mean a trend change? Well, your guess is as good as mine. We're now getting ready to hit power hour, so anything can happen, right? It can go crazy. But you definitely want to see it break and hold above this 200 and get up out of here before I would even think that this would be a trend change. And then actually up here would probably be a stronger indication if it can make it that far. We will see. And by then it would form a cup and handle, would it not? This would be a quick retest of this level up here, right? So always wait on that hold there. So now I'm up $500 on this trade, right? I have my stop down here, 25 ticks. Protects me to the downside if it happened to pull back all of a sudden, right? Now, can I slide my stop up? Yes, I should, right? I should move that up. Let's split the difference there, right? Go up a little bit. That way my risk of loss is less. I don't have it up enough to where I can go in here and lock in my rates. Uh-oh, I got a TikTok puzzle thing I got to take care of, I think, here. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, I'm going to lock into 375 because I'm going to go look at TikTok before I get disconnected from TikTok, if that's what it was. Your live is restricted for 10 minutes because it does not comply with community standards. Why? What did I do? Don't even tell me. See how that is? Does not even tell me why. I do have a puzzle piece. I'm going to attempt to fill that in. Oh, you know why? I haven't been typing into the chat box on TikTok like I've been lately. I forgot to do that. Oh, puzzle piece got completed successfully. Whoo, there we go. Yeah, I forgot to type into the chat box over there. You'll see it says ADT Coach. That's actually me. We share the same corporate account. And I'll type it in 468. You'll see that number pop up there also. That's just me. That's not Coach himself. All right, well, anyway, successfully completed the puzzle. Hopefully that'll hold it. It does say my live is restricted for 10 minutes. I don't know if that's still in effect or not. I wasn't paying attention. Anyway, back to the task at hand. You can see it come up here and pulled back. I need to wet my whistle. Questions? Yeah, J-Dog, right now I'm connected to my Webull paper trading account. My big account I use Webull, my smaller account I use Tradeovate. You can use whatever broker you like though. Right now I'm currently attached to my Webull paper trading account.
You might want to check gold. It's kind of trying to make a move, and it'd be a good way to. There's a couple of breakout lines there for
yes, there is. We're at one right now, are we not? We can break this. See how these tops of these candles here? If it can break a hold above 379, I might be more inclined. Thank you for that call out. But I'm not entering on now. See, he called that out. Take a look at it. That's all he said. He didn't say buy it. Oh, you need to jump in or buy that or sell it, right? He just called it out. He's seen some things he kind of liked. And what did I do? Instantly, I evaluated the trade the way I like to, right? I'm going to make my own evaluation. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's right. I just want to make my own. Why? Because I've been trained how to do that. So I want to see a break and hold above this, which would be 380, I guess. What is this? 379 and a half. Yeah, we'll say 380. If If I can get a pop up there. Now, can I draw a line right here? Yeah, but I don't need to. I can see it. And then I can be good until up here, and I might have to do a quick scalp, get in, get out. Right? Is that one on the shoulder of the previous candle? Now, yes. The other thing I don't like about this, it's right in the middle of the channel. This can go either way. It can go up, and just as easy it can go down. Because they don't like to enter trades when it's diddling in the middle. And this is the middle of the channel. Green line's the top, red line's the bottom, gray line's the center of the channel. As you can see, it's stuck here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a quick profit if it allows me. I could have just took that 250. There's 750. If I can get this pop, I'll probably get out around about right here somewhere, around 381. I'm going to take a quick peek at my L2. 380 orders. I don't see any 381s yet. There's 1250. There's 500. I could have took the 1250. I'm going to give it a second here to see what it's going to do, right? Now I'm down 750. See how fast things can change because I diddled it in the middle. Yes, I could have locked into 1250. Again, this is paper trading, right? Boy, I need to move that stop up. I don't need no 25 tick stop on that. Keep that right there around the 21. All right, so if this pops back up here, I'm just going to take profit and get out until this gets out, until this does actually break and hold above. This is your last chance here, right? We'll see what happens. I am waiting for this three. Go ahead.
That gold is pretty tricky because the volume is just getting lower throughout the day here.
Yes, it is.
It gets a little tricky.
That's why I don't usually trade gold this time of the day for that very reason. Because now, if I get into a trade, now it's going to be that much harder to get back up there, right? Should get a bounce off the 9, first time anyway, right? That's what it's doing. Because two things, it's late in the day for metals. Most of your volume is going to be in your indices. And also, it's diddling in the middle of the channel. And it can sit here. It can go either way. It can go up just as easily as it can come down, right? We're in the middle. Don't like to diddle in the middle. Don't hang out there, right? Don't enter a trade there, put it that way. Just a rule of thumb. Can you still make money? Yes, of course you can, right? But you can see, it's just kind of hanging out here. And it doesn't, the volume, see these volume candles here? See how much this has dropped off as time goes on during the day? So I should have took that 1250. So what I'll do is if this gets back up there, I'll go ahead and lock in whatever few profits I get. I'm not going to worry about it. I'll take one class. Well, if this breaks even, I'm going to take one last look at the L2 to see if orders are suddenly coming in. There is a break and hold of the 9, right? But I have this little micro double top here, right? See that? Or this top of those candles. I don't have a line there, but I can see that visually that there is one there. Now there's a better order wants to pull this back down to 377. So I don't see, there's a 380, 379.8. I got in this at 379.3. So I better take whatever I can get if this turns green. Now, if this can break and hold above where it's at now, you may see a little bit of volume come in, maybe to run it up to the 381, 382 market up there. It sits there too long. But see, this is the problem with low volume. Volume is the fire, is the gas that you throw on the fire, right? Volume is what drives price. If you don't have that, you lose your supporting price, and your trade can go against you in a hurry, right? Now, volume drives price down too. There, I'm going to take that $500 and be done with it. I've had nothing but green trades so far, have I not? Because I waited for certain situations. Waiting on them trades is smarter. Now, I've been down red during the trade, but I didn't finish, right? That way. So if you can get good entries, you're better off than jumping in. Now, if I jump in now, let's do this on purpose. Let me jump in now late, right? Right? See, I got this here. Now I'm approaching my potential profit area is a lot smaller now, right? I only have this little area here, right? So this is going to come up to a double top here, right? So my potential for profit is greatly reduced. Why? Because they're probably going to even decide to take the profit before it even gets there. They might get out right here somewhere, right? Or where it's at right now. If I can see that line, so can they. They can see that resistance coming up. And see, because I jumped in late like that, number one, I'm jumping in right at a little double top there, right? I'm really hard up now to make profit. I can get scary. I can lose money very easily here, right? So I want to make sure that I'm making wise decisions. All right, I'll take that 750. I got lucky there, right? But that's not a place to enter a trade, because now I have all this to deal with. Did I get fortunate? Sure, right? Don't make that a habit. right? And that's the problem when you do things like that and you make money. You're like, oh, I could do that all day long then, right? No, I got fortunate because this could have easily just pulled back, right? So we'll see. As you'll see, people will take profit before it actually hits a certain level, right? I do. So do they. But you can see the volume just really low. So let's go play with something that has volume, right? Let's not watch the paint dry. You'd rather watch paint dry? That's fine, right? Well, here this is, broke out a diddle in the middle. See how long this sat here, right? And then I have a level right there. I can draw a line right here. See this? So it broke above these candles here, tops of these, and then got a little bit of energy. Now, what am I coming up on ES? Well, look at all these double tops here, right? I have my trend line, top of the trend, easy for you, say channel, plus I have a line of resistance. Can I do the same thing? Well, this chart kind of looks like the gold chart, right? Can I make money between here and there? Yeah, but look at where these topped out, right? So I have to make decisions whether I want to enter the trade or not. I can make a lot of money between here and there, but do I want to? Do I want to risk the biscuit? Or should I be patient and wait for a break and hold above this up here, this mess, right? That's also the New York session high of the day, right there. That's as high as it's gotten today since 9:30 this morning, right? So I have that indicator, it shows up on my chart, tells me that. Good. All right. Hey, Kato, good to have you with us. J-Dog. What else we got going? What's my strategy and where can I learn it? Well, you can come to American Dream Trading and we will teach it. We are a training and education company. We're not a call-out group. We don't tell you what to buy, when to buy. Coach has more than 33 years of experience in the markets, and we are one of the, if not the single largest education and training programs in the markets today. As a matter of fact, we're the largest in the universe, in the galaxy. Which is bigger, by the way, universe or a galaxy? Universe, right? Galaxies are in the universe. Universe contains all the galaxies. There you go. So we're the largest education, stock education training company in the universe, right? Does that mean that we have the most members? Well, I'm sure there's other people who have members, but they may be they're a different type of company. We want to educate you so that with time and experience, right, that you can make your own decisions when to get in and out of a trade. What looks like a good trade? When should I get out of the trade? When should I enter a trade, right? What am I looking for? How long should I run this trade up? Now, I've been talking about a few of those. You asked, what's my strategy there? Will travel, right? Well, Coach teaches many different ones. I am a scalper, so I'm usually not in trades that long. My favorite strategy among one of them is the break and hold of the 9 to the upside or the downside. So here's the break of the 9. This started on the shoulder of the previous. It has some oomph to the upside. I would have entered here, and then I'd run it up as long as it stays above the 9 while looking at the bigger picture, dealing with all the different levels that I have on my chart and my indicators. And play off double tops, double bottoms. Coach teaches all of them, right? 2-minute EWO trading strategy is one of the most effective out there. Comment. Again, with the problem with AWS today on the interwebs, Rag said he's leaving, he's done, he's feeling the lagging during his trades. He don't want to risk his account. I would highly recommend the same. I am only trading paper here. I'm not I haven't made a real trade all day. I was gone. I had to tend to some family business today. And hey, Gilly, how's it going there, buddy? So, good to see you, Gilly. One of our paid members, long-term paid members, one of our OGs, pretty much. So, and a highly successful trader on top of that. So I haven't taken a real trade today. Just did this paper trade that you see in front of you. And I'm not going to just because of the interwebs being screwed up. Excuse me? What would you say there?
Large gamma downside on the NQ.
Thank you. Look at that. What do we know about gamma candles? Well, that broke and held too down to the nicely to the downside, huh? Again, now we're in power hour. These things get volatile. It can go back up just as fast as it can go down. Let me show you. I'm going to jump in this to the downside, right? All right, so now I'm in a trade of downside. Just watch these numbers on my screen here. I'm just in the trade to show you how much volatility, how much it can affect your profit and loss. Up 500, up 500, 600, 300. See how that swings around just in them little tiny movements? So you got to be careful when you get into these things during power hour. One of the things Coach teaches is we don't enter during power hour because it is so volatile it can destroy your account. See that? I'm down $1,100 just that fast. It can go the other way just as fast also. So if you're not an experienced trader, you should not be trading in the last hour of the day, which is what we call power hour, because people are looking to exit their trades, lock in their profits for the day. Now I'm down 2,000, just that quick, in a matter of less than a minute, right? So you got to be careful, right, in what you do. But yet you still got to give this thing room to breathe, right? I could still end up in a profitable trade, but I jumped in this on purpose just to show you how much your profit and loss can fluctuate due to the high volatility. And you don't want to be caught up in that, right? So anyway, we'll see what we have here. Definitely not trading silver. You can keep your silver there, Wall Street. That's a lot of money, a lot of risk, a lot of volatility. Today's not the day to be playing silver with the interwebs all messed up. You get stuck in a trade there and you can't get out. Yeah, that'll wreck your account. I always call silver the psychotic stepsister of the metal market. There it was, 125, another green trade. Now, you wonder why I can do what I can do. This is what I do all day long, right? Now, do I do foolish things? Yes. But I've had, not that it matters, again, it's paper trading, right? I am up $6,352. No red trades. Whoopee ding, right? It's not real money. It is a different story when you're trading with real money because you're not going to allow it to do certain things, right? Now, I'm popping in and out of these trades for educational purposes to show you things. It ain't to show you how great of a trader I am. Well, all green. Whoopee ding, right? So, it's been nice if that was my real money. Can you show the gold? Yeah, we've been looking at gold the whole time. You just get here? Look at that. I love trading gold. It's probably it's probably been my number one favorite here recently. I've always traded gold. I love gold. I know how gold works. I know how gold moves. That and NQ is probably my top two, but I will trade anything. I've done a lot of Dow trading, a lot of Russell trading also here lately, more with my small account. But gold's been my jam. There for the longest time, it was oil and gold. I traded them all the time. What did oil end up doing today? Take a look at that real quick. It did break out earlier today. Yep, right up here. Yeah, it's still holding its own up there. That's good. Higher high on gold. After being kind of flat and chaotic. It didn't break. It's back up here at pre-market levels. Anyway. Basically where it wants to be. Gold is just flat right now. Diddling in the middle of the channel. All right. What else we got? If you haven't already, we have 3 promos running. You can get a totally free 7-day trial with either our premium membership, which is we start trading live and live Zoom calls starting at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday with Coach and the other training moderators. We have our crypto membership, which has live Zoom call training on Wednesday nights at 7:15 Eastern Time. And then we have our futures 7-day free trial, which we start training and trading at 8:30 each and every morning, Monday through Friday. I don't know what's holding you back. Go grab them memberships. All you have to do is head on over to our website, American Dream Trading. Click on the link at the top of the web page there. You'll see it. Button there to click, and you can sign up for one of those memberships you feel best suits your needs. Absolutely free for 7 days. And we also have special promotions going if you wish to become a paid member. All that information is found over on our website. I don't know what you're waiting on. Go grab it. By the way, while you're there, make sure you grab that free Discord. You will need that to be able to get into our live Zoom calls, because that's how you're registered through your Discord email with American Dream Trading. That's how you're verified to be able to get into our members only live Zoom trading every day. By the way, nobody else on the interwebs does what we do. Nobody else has live Zoom trading like we do. No way. Costs a lot of money to provide that service. So come on in, join us, hang out with Coach, starting at 8:45 in the morning. What are you waiting on? And that's live Zoom. This is not the delayed social media stuff, because you're only seeing the tip of the iceberg. Live Zoom, you can actually ask a question with an open mic, right? So anyway, questions, comments? I keep forgetting to type into the Zoom chat. There we go. Need to do that. I was getting pretty good at doing that all the time. It says I do not meet the requirements. I am in restricted view for 10 minutes. Whatever. Anybody see anything I did to violate anything? I didn't. Anyhow, it is what it is. I'm using their stuff. All right, so what else we have moving? Anything? Who sees something moving? Coming off the bottom down here, double bottom on NQ. Little small minor double bottom. It's also at the bottom of the channel, on top of it, right? So at least I have something to look at right here. Now, do I need both of them lines there? Probably not. I just pop one on there just to kind of give you a visual. All right. 306 to 314, yeah, I can move that in one candle. I really don't need that line there. What's the best time to trade gold? 6 p.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Early morning, I'll tell you my favorite times. Gold's traded worldwide, obviously, right, in the futures market. So any time can be. Is there more volume at other times? Yes. I'd say 8. This is just my own observations. 7:30 to 8 p.m. Through about 10, 11 p.m. Eastern time. And then around 1:30, 2 a.m. Eastern time before the London market opens. And then the rest of the day after that. I like getting up at 1:30 and doing some trades on gold at that time, or whatever's moving. Some days it don't move. But usually late afternoon, I mean, you can go look at the volume charts. You can see that volume tends to drop off on metals and energies in the second part of the day, the last half of the day, right? Most of the money's in the indices. The gold traders are kind of, now you don't have the Tokyo London session overlap or the London New York session overlap. So there's less volume in those markets. So it's not that you can't make a lot of money. You still can. It's just the volume's a lot lower. And I don't like low volume because it can suddenly drop out on you or go the other way on you if somebody comes in and throws in one sizable order on you, right? So it's yeah. So I'd say 8 to 10 or 11 at night, 1:30 to 5-ish a.m. Eastern time, and then all the rest of the day once the market's open. But then it kind of slacks off after lunchtime, after 1-ish p.m. Well, here you can see the last time we had decent volume was we had a little bit of a spike in volume at 3 o'clock, but majority of it when it really climbed was like here 2:30-ish, right? We got a lot of volume that drove the price up to where it's at now. So, I mean, it's not horrible volume, don't get me wrong, but I just rather play with something has a higher volume. I mean, you can sit here and watch paint dry on ES and NQ just the same. It's in these channels, right? Just sits there all day long. So unless you're a good channel trader, right? Right now I'm waiting on a break and hold to the downside here. I want to see it get below this trend channel. It's already trying to stay below this level. If this can break and hold here, might be able to get a quick scalp. I'm waiting for the break and hold. I could be in this trade right now because it broke and held that, but I'm right here at this trend channel, and I respect that Coach's indicator because it tends to bounce off of it. And there you go. See what it's doing? See that? How that works? Respect your indicators. Do I trust my indicators? Yes, I do trust Coach's indicators. Make a lot of money using them. right? And I trust them. I've learned to trust them. I've given up a lot of money not trusting them because I jump out too soon. Works both ways. So we'll wait and see. Watching paint dry right now, though, right? You're welcome there, Job. Type in some more random numbers into the TikTok chat. Again, that's me. That's not Coach. Yep, you want to break and hold down here or not? It could stair step forever down here, but rather see something that indicates there's a big order down there at 297s. Oh yeah, that wants to pull. It's got some orders it really wants to pull down now. Doesn't mean it will. I'm still going to wait, right? 296 orders I'm starting to see at the bottom of the L2. Again, that's down here, right? It's not that far down. It's right here where this line's at. The red line. So I really want to see probably 294s, 295s on my L2 before I get any confidence to the downside. Well, that one's starting on there. Why can't I enter that? Well, I could, right? Well, look at the money you gave it. Yeah, I could. But it's just not confidently going down, right? The trend is down. It is going down. But I'm looking for a momentum down, right? I don't want to sit in this trade, make $100, lose $100, make $100, lose $100, right? As far as unrealized capital gains. All right, I'll go ahead and enter this just to show you, right? Well, watch these numbers here, right? Lower volume. They can't decide what they want. Down $875 now. Again, paper trading. Because I didn't wait for this break and hold below my trend channel here line. This is the bottom of it. The green is the top. The gray one here in the center. That's the center of the channel. The middle, the median. You'll see how I'm sitting here watching this fluctuate. Does that mean this can't still stair step and I'll get down here eventually being money? Yeah. The trend is down, right? Going on 324. Again, it's power hour. This could very well decide to go completely opposite way in one candle and then get my face ripped off. It's just a little bit more conservative for me, right? On something that's, well, it's not even really that volatile right at the moment. It's only a 24 ATR. A lot of times it's a 40, 25 to 40, and it's 25 right now. Let's see, now I'm down. I was down 3,000 there for a second. Is this going to bounce off the 9? Yeah, that would have been the better entry, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know what you're looking at there, Wall Street. I don't see platinum pulling. I'm looking over here at my mini chart. It's flat. Trend is flat on a 2-minute chart. Doesn't mean it's not going down a little bit on the 1 minute, but I have mine on a 2-minute over here. It's flat. I love trading platinum also. So anyway, what was I trading? Oh, did I go off that? What trade was I in? Oh, here it is. Yeah, this is why I don't trade real money. I went and looked at something else, got distracted, right? See, now this broken held above, right? It hasn't broke above the 9 yet, but broken held above the 9, but it wants to, right? And you can see how I'm losing that money by not waiting. Now, I would have exited this trade a long time ago, except that I got distracted and looked at something else, right? Now, can I enter to the upside? You know? Oh, yeah, I could, right? Well, let's enter here. Let's jump in before it reaches this point of resistance, right? This is not a good place to enter. Can I take the profit? Yeah, oh, I made a mistake. Oh, I better take the profit and get out. This was not a good entry because I have a line of resistance right here. Now, why is this thing keep saying that I'm restricted for the next 10 minutes because live does not comply for your feed for eligibility standards under community guidelines. Reason? Doesn't give one. So how am I know what I'm supposed to do? Anybody see me do anything or say anything wrong? I didn't. I don't think so. I think the logarithms are goofy. Right? What indicator gives you that channel? Well, this is Coach's 3.0 indicators that our paid members in the VIP, VIP Gold, Futures, and Diamond memberships get with their paid membership. It's not available for sale on its own. It's part of the privileges of paid membership. It's been developed over approaches 33 years in the market. You can actually get, this is just a parallel channel. You can draw the same thing, right? It's just all built in. You can get a parallel channel. Find which one here in Trading View, where it's hidden. There's so many of them. All right. One moment, please. Stand by. There it is, parallel channel. Or you can do a regression channel, called that also. So you go up here and you pick a starting point, right? And so I can go up here, right? Come down here, hit the dots where this is at currently. Pull down, oops, click, pull down there. See how that draws that on there. Now it won't be colored, but like that. But so you can kind of do the same things, just not as pretty, right? Or you can do a parallel, what they call parallel channels. There's different things you can use, right? I can't get rid of it. Hang on, I got to click in the right spot. Or I could just go back. There we go. Took that off. Now, would I enter this NQ trade right now? Absolutely not. Number one, I got the 200 right there. I have the top of the channel. Again, my major entry point I'm looking for is right here. Now, this is a rounded ball, kind of a rounded bottom on it also, right? But it's kind of squeezed together, all this mess in this channel. Can I make a few bucks between here and there? Yeah, I can, but do I want to risk my account to do that? It's a pretty tight thing, right? You know, can I make a quick trade to the upside? Sure, I can do anything I want to, right? All I got to do is click a mouse button, right? Let it get green, take the profit. Problem is it's so tight here, it hasn't held above the 55, this line here, right? So I'm kind of risky. This is a risky trade to jump in there like that, right? And I'll go ahead and take the 875. Have not all my trades been green? I don't know. Did I have a red trade? I think I did. That one, when I jumped in there, showed you on purpose, right? Anyhow. Yeah, maybe my shirt is triggered. I didn't think about that. I don't have my Caribbean shirts on, right? Come to think about it, I was wearing my Caribbean shirts and I went 2 days without having to even complete a puzzle, right? Or getting any warnings or anything. Well, tomorrow, guess what I'll be wearing, right? There we go. I know it triggers other people. Why aren't you wearing your Caribbean shirts? Well, you know, winter is coming in Ohio. I don't know about you guys. It gets a little bit colder. Again, everything's kind of channeling right now. It's kind of a rough spot. It's kind of a scalper's paradise. Now here I'm getting ready to have a breakout on YM that you guys were just getting ready to open your mics at and tell me about, because I know you would have. Oh, and it rejected. Look at that. Does the silence drive you nuts? I know it drives me nuts. That's why I never shut up. Everybody makes fun of me, right? Can't stand silence. Well, I shouldn't say that. That's not true. But apparently all my paid members went home because I haven't heard them talk lately either.
I'm still here. I'm in a stupid trade.
All right. Thank you, Doug. There's a member who was a free member for a long time, watching for free, converted over paid memberships. I won't tell you his full identity or anything, but he has benefited financially from the decision to become a paid member over time. Get that education, training, and experience going all three together. Results not guaranteed, of course, or implied. Everybody goes a different path. Yep, I'm going to have to just go back to wearing them shirts. Freaks everybody out when I don't. It'll be 20 below out here in Ohio, and I'll be wearing my Caribbean shirts. Or as some of you say, Caribbean. Where can you find information about our memberships? I'm glad you asked. Head on over to American Dream Trading, or our website, There you'll see our free Discord. You'll need to grab that. And also, right at the top of the page there, you'll see a button that you can click that will take you to all of our memberships that we have for all our trainings. Now, we also have three free 7-day trials that you can take advantage of. We have the stock one, which starts training and trading at 8:45 a.m. Eastern Time with Coach and the other trading moderators. 8:45, and that's on a live Zoom call. You don't have that delay like you have here. Watch it for free. So you got all day live trading and training. We have the crypto. If you like crypto, it starts at 7:15 p.m. on Wednesday nights with their live training and trading. And they also have very active crypto channel inside the Discord. And if you like futures, which is what you're watching here, you can join the futures 7-day trial membership. Absolutely free. Cancel anytime before your 7 days up. And oh, nothing. Free, zilch, zitch, data, zero. The big goose egg. Nothing. Absolutely free. Operators are standing by. All right. Check those out. No reason you can't at least grab the free ones. Check us out. I think you'll like what you see because I can assure you, you are only seeing the tip of the iceberg here on these lives. You know, we're only here for 2 hours, right? And I can't go deep diving into things. So, and we also have, if you're over on our YouTube, James had earlier put in a direct link for our memberships that are available. Takes you, you can just click on it, one click. But anyway, all that information is found on our website, which is American Dream Trading. American Dream, like you're dreaming, trading. And you know it goes down the end of this, at the end of the website address. Check it out. When you get over there, tell them you heard about us from the futures. That guy that never shuts up over there, that old guy. Wouldn't you rather learn how to do this rather than have somebody shout out things at you? You have no clue why it's doing it. What happens when that person goes away? They cease to exist. They're broadcasting. Well, all that time you wasted, now you don't know what you're doing, right? You never did know what you're doing when you go with a call-out group because they're just telling you to buy XYZ now and sell XYZ. They could be putting you in the most risky thing. And because you're on the interwebs, you know, there's a minimum of 20 to 40 second delay. So there's a lot can happen in a 1 minute candle, right? And if you're using the, like some of them do Telegram and WhatsApp, yeah, those are the ones you really need to run away from. We will send you the top 10 picks of the day that you can do that. Well, you know what? We have hot stock picks too, but we know they're hot stocks, and and it's again, it's not a call out. It's a, hey, go look at these if you want to. If you don't, that's fine too. We don't tell anybody what to buy or sell. We teach you and train you, right, on how to make a good decision. Is this a good trade? Is this a bad trade? Well, I like trading this. If this was something I wanted to trade, what would be a good entry point to the upside? What would be a good entry point to the downside? Right? What do I need to wait on before I enter? Right? Where's my exit on this trade? There's a lot goes into this. This is just not coming in here, clicking a mouse button and throwing money against the wall. You know why? Because you're going to end up broke. And you're going to say, day trading, I tried it once, it sucked, I lost all my money. Right? Never train with real money. Always paper trade. Right? And number one, we don't even want you paper trade when you first join American Dream Trading. We want you to listen to the sound of Coach's voice. Absorb what he's actually saying. Take notes. If you're playing around paper trading, you're not listening to the sound of Coach's voices or the other moderators. You need to be taking notes for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. How long? That's up to you, right? Everybody learns at a different pace. So always listen to the trainer's voices. Take notes. Only after you learn and light bulb starts to go off and you start to understand some of these things can you even start to think about paper trading. And then you'll do that for a long time. Put those principles, find out what trading strategies you like. I have my favorite, right? So, and what I like doing, somebody else doesn't like doing. So, comments, questions? Thank you, everybody, for those likes and shares. Appreciate it. And those follows also. How to protect your trade. You always protect your trade. You always never trade without a stop. It should be pre-programmed into your trade. Orklo asks over there. So anytime I enter a trade, I have a stop loss already programmed in. Now I can come up here. See, I have these pre-programmed. There's a 25 stop loss, right? Now I have 25 tick stop loss. Now I can come in here and I can take a trade on ES, right? And my stop loss is already on my chart. Right there it is, right? So there's my stop loss, right? I have a 25 tick stop. So if this pulls all the way down here, it's going to keep me, that's going to limit my loss, right? Now, do I need that big of a stop loss right now? No, I don't. So I'm going to cut that down here just below the trend line, give it a little bit of room in case of a major pullback that the wick don't get me, right? So this protects me. I can only lose $13,500 in this trade. My potential for earnings is unlimited. I don't use take profit, even though that is an option here. I can do. I can come up here and take profit. Well, if it hits there, it'll automatically lock in $5,250. Well, what if it shoots to the moon and goes past that? Well, I'm only going to still only gather 5,000. Thing shoots up to here, I missed out on that opportunity, right? So why I don't use take profit. It has its purposes. And if you like to use it, that's up to you. I just don't. Derek, one of our paid members, you have your hand up. What's up?
Hey, Mark. How are you doing?
Good.
I actually have two questions, if you don't mind. First question is, you were talking about stops a lot. On average, what percentage of your trades would you say your stop loss actually gets triggered versus you just bailing and hitting the X button?
Very low percentages might hit my stop loss. I mean, unless this happens to be a very volatile day. I mean, if it's a very volatile day and I'm trading and I don't open up my stops far enough, yeah, I get stopped out a lot on my stop loss. They do work. But I usually go in with my standard 25 tick. You saw how I slid that one up. I didn't need that much today because right now the ATR is only 5 on ES, right? It's very low. So I slid my stop up, right? Still down here, right? So I need to slide this up. I don't want to keep it that low. I don't need that strong one. Why do I want to give up all that money? Most of the time I am entering and exiting a trade by clicking close position button, right? So I decide when I take my profit that way, and I also try to bail before it trips me out for maximum. If I sit here and watch this stair step down all the way to my stop loss, shame on me, right? At some point in your trade, you got to decide, this ain't going my way, right? And I got to get out. Just like how I jumped in here, right? I jumped in here willy-nilly just to show you the stop loss because Orklo asked, how do you protect your trade? Well, your stop loss, right? So I don't even need this big of a stop loss right now. I got the 200 here, got all these other indicators. I have the London session high. That's a good strong point here. I got a level here. You know, nothing else. I could move this just about right to there if I wanted to, right? Or I can move it below the 200, keep it down below a little bit, right? So now I'm only risking 3,700 in this trade. I'm still in a losing trade, but I got to give it room to breathe. How many do I let now? Because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll move my stop, depending on what's going on, up here to the 21. Because I'm a scalper, right? I'm not in these trades all that long. If I'm profitable, I'm locking in my profits. This is how I trade. Will I let them run? Yes. Do I let them run like I should? No. I'm still working on me on that. Apparently not very hard because I keep saying I'm still working on me on that every day, right? So I will keep this normally down here around the 21, depending on the gap, right? Now the safer stop would be down here below the 21. See where I had it, right? See how I just got stopped out? Again, fake money. Where did I get stopped out by? That wick right there, right? If I'd had my stop back down here below the 200, or even where I had it to start with, I wouldn't have got stopped out and lost that money needlessly. But I generally will keep it below the 21 if there's a gap, nice gap, right? But 25 ticks is my standard entry, and I'll adjust it once again. And if I need a bigger one, as soon as I get into trade, I'll slide my stop down to where I want it to be, or if it's too tight, I'll slide it up, right, to where I want it to be. So, but very rarely do I get stopped out on my stops if it's, unless it's a knife drop type of thing. I'd rather get out of the trade. I'm not going to sit there and watch it stair step. It's not that I don't, but I'm not, hopefully won't let us watch it go down there At some point, when it stair steps down one candle at a time, if they're just normal sized candles, now the realization ought to be coming in my head, hey, this is switching trends on me, right? I'm going the wrong way. Right? Better get out of this now and reset. Rip the Band-Aid off, take the loss. That's part of trading, is taking a loss on purpose, right? You get hopium, then next thing you know, you lost all kinds of money. What's your second question? Or was there two of them?
Yep. So, I mean, obviously, I've seen enough of your training personally, kind of know the answer, but so your thought on limit buys just above a level of resistance, that way you could hopefully catch the momentum as if it was going to break or hold above. Just curious your thought on that.
Yeah, that's an effective way to trade. I don't do it personally. I'm in market orders only, market in, market out. The danger of setting up a market buy above where you're at or below where you're at, if you're going down, right? You know, I could set up, don't buy it, don't purchase right here, right? I don't want to buy until it hits there. I can do that, and it can sit there. Now, the problem is that doesn't excuse you from looking away from your trade, right? Yeah, you're going to get filled, but how do you know that don't bounce and then hit where your entry was and go back against you, right? So, I mean, it's fine if you're sitting there actively managing a limit buy somewhere above where you're at or below where you're at, and you want to buy to the downside. But you got to be there. If you're going to wait in the weeds, you got to wait on it, right? And you got to manage it. Don't just take it, because it could very well just tap that enough to fill your order and go against you right away. Have I done that, like waiting in the weeds down here? I want to buy it right here. Let's just say I got this double bottom here, right? If I can make a limit order right here and tell it to buy when it comes down here, right? I might even say 373, right? That way, hopefully it'll bounce off that double bottom or triple bottom in this case, and it will get filled at the best possible way, and I can maximize my profits the upside. And people do that all the time. I've done that with pre-market stocks in the past. I don't actively do that. I'm not a big... Now, you're going to get better fills with limit orders because you're telling it where you want to get filled, right? Market orders, if I happen to click that button and you get a big candle all of a sudden, well, guess what? I'm not going to get a good fill. But I don't worry about it. I just jump in, jump out anyway. It's just however you like to do it. Telling it where to buy it, you're going to be better off, right? Rather than a market. But if I got normal sized candles, I'm getting pretty decent fills anyway on market orders. That's how I view it. Only times I screw myself is like, all right, I'm going to get in right here if this breaks or holds above that, right? And I'll go just to click the button, all of a sudden volume swooshes in. And yeah, it's too late now. I already clicked the button. Instead of getting filled here, I get filled up here, right? And then it pulls back on you. That's the danger of a market order. Get a sudden rush in volume just as you click buy or sell. Good question. And we do have members in here that do limit orders. I just don't. Because the time I come over here and set this up, if I'm actually going to do that, you know, here's a limit order. I got what price do I want to get in? You know, again, all this other stuff can be pre-programmed, right? You don't have to come over here every time and do all this stuff. But I got to decide where I want to get in, right? I can click this here, and I can scroll around for some quick numbers. Yeah, it only takes a few seconds. See, this tells you. So I can come up, you know, right here, bang, right? Get in there, right? So, and there it goes. It bought it. It hit it already, right? So, did I have my stop loss? Yes, right there it is, right? I don't know what the number was. It was too much, obviously. So, yeah, I mean, that one filled right away. But, yeah, you can do that. And a lot of people do like doing it. But I did get on a buy limit. Is that filled? Or did it miss it? I think it missed it, actually, didn't it? Or no, this does. So here's a take profit deal. What if this breaks through? If I put my take profit up there, this is telling me I bought 30 at a buy limit. See, I slid my take profit up here. This thing pops. Let me move this down just so I can get it to pop quicker. If that moves up there, I'm going to get $3,000. But what if this moves clear up here? So you look at the difference. 3,000. What if it pops up to the top of these candles here? Well, I could have doubled my money, right? There's $6,000 just on that difference, right? I limit myself. So, you know, I can put it up there, right? And if I would shoot up there, I would have only got half the profit that I was shooting for, right? That's why I don't use take profit. Don't limit how much money you can make, only limit how much you can lose. So, anyhow. Yep. Now, I do limit orders, obviously, in the trade pre-market stocks, right? Because you can't, market's not open. You can't do a market order in the pre-market. All right, KB, come out green. There you go. That's how we do it. That's how we get the money. You know what Matthew would say.
All right, all right, all right.
You know what the Kool-Aid guy would say.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. All right. So, anywho. Yeah, I don't know what's up with TikTok here. This thing is just, I don't know. It's driving me nuts, actually. All right. Now, is that because I wasn't typing into it says community standards. That shouldn't have anything to do with me not typing into the chat, right? So, all right, good questions. All right, so now we're getting here at the highest volatility part of Power Hour, last 10 minutes or so, right? People are going to want to be taking profits, locking into profits, or getting in low after all the profit takers get out of the road, right? They get out of their ones if it dumps, kicks them out on their stop losses, or goes up and takes them out of their take profits, right? So anyway, this is the most volatile part of the end of the day, the second half, last 10 minutes. This thing could go all the way up or all the way down in a minute's time, and we see it happen all the time. Right now, we're at a double top on ES, right? Triple top. Very strong level here. See this? See all these? I don't have a line drawn there, but I could see it by looking behind me, right? You can see it's right there at the top of that wicks where it stopped at, which is right here where these candles are at, right? See that, how that works? They know where the levels are at, right? How many times has it tried to break through this level? 1, 2, right? 3, didn't go back up through it. 4, 5. That's a pretty strong level there, is it not? Right? Maybe I want to draw a line there, or maybe I want to move my line here down. Let's worry about this area versus up there as much. This is a breakthrough of that area. See how that works? So I adjusted my chart a little bit. Now I'll go back later and look. But anyway, we're live here 3 times a day. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I'm live from 2 to 4 Eastern Time. And the Aftermarket Show with our host and moderator, Don, over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, starts at 4 p.m. And that also runs Monday through Fridays also. Check that out. Go over to our website, American Dream Trading. Get them free 7-day trial memberships, or just go ahead and jump in and get a paid membership today. Coach has the $5,000 diamond going on membership that's not going to be around a whole lot longer, so make sure. Is Webull still down for futures? Trading on the paper trading seems to be working, but yes, they've been having issues. Well, it started Friday. Amazon Web Services is still struggling, resolving their issues. So, anyhow. All right. So, main time to come live. Well, I just told you, Coach is 9 to 11. I'm 2 to 4, and the Aftermarket Show's 4 to 5, 6 o'clock there. So, upon conclusion of all our lives are automatically posted over on our YouTube channel, where there's over 2,800 training videos that you can look at your own leisure. I'd highly recommend you start with the 2-minute EWO trading strategy. You can find a tab in there where they're grouped by subject matter. I would really start with Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy. There we go, testing this quadruple top, this very strong level we were just talking about. What's it doing here? Rejecting, right? Can we get a big pop?
Last 9 minutes of Power Hour?
Yes, it is. And can this shoot up through here real quick? Yes, it could. It can shoot up and pull back very quickly. So this is ES you're looking at, which is the S&P 500. We'll hang here for a little bit just because where it's at. Is NQ doing the same similar thing? Yep, NQ's also at another critical level also. Got room to the upside, both of them. And they're at the top of their channel also. So both have an equal amount that they can jump up here and go. All right, so we'll sit here and watch the paint dry, see what they want to do. See if we get a lot of volatility in. We'll take one quick last look at gold. Gold is still stair-stepping up. Imagine that. Look at that. Even on low volume. Good for gold. What about the Dow? Dow climbing also? Gold's also triple top. And as is the Russell. So pick your poison. They're all at critical levels of possible breakthrough or big rejection. All at triple tops, quad tops, whatever. All right? Play the rejection off of it or play the breakthrough of it.
I told y'all I didn't know what was gonna happen with gold. See,
Yep. Still going up.
y'all thought I was gonna say it was making a new high, huh?
It is a new high, is it not? Oh,
I don't know.
the high today was 92. So it's at 89 right now. It's $2 off. Close enough for hand grenades there, Ralph. Look at that consolidation, though. Could you have sat through all that? Hey, you would have to be a disciplined trader to sit there. Now, you know my answer. Ain't no way in the world, right? That I sit through all that. That's because
those consolidation points look very small, but they probably like worth about 100 and something ticks each candle. Well, not quite. Probably about 80.
Yep. I mean, just look at that. Isn't that something?
Yep.
Anyway, we'll stick with ES just for now, just because we can. Oh, it's going down. Oh, no, it's going up. Oh, no, it's going down. Oh, no, it's going up. Which one's it doing? This is why one of Coach's rules is you don't trade during power hour, and especially the last 10, 15 minutes of the market. Can you make a lot of money? Yep, but you could also destroy your account very quickly. It's not worth it. Why do you want to risk your account with hopium that you're about to get rich? Go buy a lottery ticket, right? Because that's kind of what you're doing. You're kind of gambling. If you're not a master scalper, you really get your face ripped off. So you got all day. You got another 8 hours a day, 23 hours a day. You can trade futures. Why do you want to risk your account at market open or market close? It's just not worth it. It really isn't, right? Especially if you're inexperienced. Look at this thing just sitting here now, right? Can I have my finger on the button and chase a candle if it takes off? Sure, right? Could I just guess which way I think it's going to go and put an order in now, hoping it does? Yeah, you can do anything you want to. It's your account, right? Wouldn't recommend it. Is it going to come down here and bounce off the 200? Oh, it might. Let me jump in here. I'll get that bounce off the 200. Got in a little late or a little too soon there, but let's see. Am I going to be able to get money if this bounces up there? Oh, I think it's going to go to the moon. I got a feeling. Ralph. Oh, wait a minute. Never mind. It's just gas. So don't go by feelings. Go by what you see. Trade the trade that's in front of you. Did that bounce off the 200? Nope.
Feeling is not a strategy.
That is correct.
Ralph, check out this Zoom chat, please.
About to go to the crypto zone. They had a pop-up zone.
Oh, did they? Right now? See, if you had a paid membership or even one of them 7-day trials, you could be over there with them right now.
Oh, you missed it. It was a good one today too.
Oh, is that right?
And they got a breakout in the market just happened. XRP.
That's why, because they had the crypto Zoom.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all over there trading it, huh? So if I just jump in here willy-nilly, hoping this thing goes up, well, look where I'm at, right? It's crazy. Oh, can I use take profit here? Yeah, I could, right? This would be a good time to use take profit on when you expect high volatility. I'll just set it right here. How's that? That'll be 4,500 if that pops to the upside. You think it's going to pop the upside? I don't know. I doubt it, but you don't know. We've seen it sit down here before. Now I'm at the bottom, right? Bottom of this support level here. Just watch it for a minute or two. Anyway, I do thank you all for being here. Make sure you head over to our website, grab them free 7-day trials, live training with coach and other trading moderators at American Dream Trading's website. You can get absolutely 7 days for free on a live Zoom call in real time instead of being delayed here. You even have access to open mic and all the benefits and privileges of a paid member for those 7 days. So check that out, right? And head on over there and grab them. You need the free Discord also so you can get our live Zoom calls, our live Zoom links for tomorrow morning. Another free program you can join is at 4 o'clock here in about 2 minutes over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, the Aftermarket Show with Don. And that's exactly what the name implies, talking about things after the market closes. You can ask questions over there too. Matter of fact, you can join her panel live with an open microphone and a camera if you want to. Or you can just type in your questions like you're doing now. So, as you can see, the market's pulling. Is it going to stay this way? Oh, it's going down for sure. It's going down. I can feel it. I know it's going to go down for sure, right? How many times have you gone back and looked and seen it shot up the other way all of a sudden? Why? What happens is that people will sell off, and it gets down to a certain level of the buying, and it triggers an logarithm, and the buying starts, right? And then it drives the price up. Not saying that's what's going to happen today, but that does happen. And we've sat here and watched it do absolutely nothing in the last 10 minutes, right? So you just never know. Right? Depends on what's going on in the world. So I do thank you all for being here today. Glad you could be here. Make sure that anybody you come in contact with between now and the end of the day or tomorrow, that you would try to be an uplifting person, that you would try to lift people up rather than tearing them down. We have enough people that's got black hearts in this world. Don't be one, right? Try to be the person that spreads positivity to other people. Lift them up, cheer them up. Person you're talking to, you never know what they're going through. They may be smiling at you, but they're dying on the inside. So try to lift people up if you would. And we are live here 3 times, like I say, daily. Coaches 9 to 11, 2 to 4, and the aftermarket shows like 4 to 6. So check those all out upon conclusion of this program and all of our programs. What was I going to say? Oh, they're automatically posted to our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading. So you'll go over there today once this one's closed here in the next minute, and you'll see it automatically post, and you'll see coaches from this morning. So glad y'all could be here. We will see you same time, same bat channel. See ya. Goodbye.